Hi, I'm Srinath. I'm a drum faculty at the Goa Jazz Academy. Welcome to the Hi-Hat Control series. In today's lesson, we are going to explore a new sound from the hi-hats, the open hi-hat sound, one of my favorite sounds that the hi-hat produces. It's something that can add a lot of zing and pop to the usual beats you play. And there's plenty of other stuff that we are also going to discuss with regard to the applications of this open hi-hat sound. So let's get right into the lesson. Now you might wonder that I already know how to open the hi-hat. What's so special about this sound? But what if I told you how you open the hi-hat and how you close it really determines the kind of sound, how clean you sound on the drums. Sounds surprising, right? But you have to watch till the end of the video to know exactly why opening and closing the hi-hat the right way matters. So before we go further into the lesson, let's just discuss the technical aspects of what's actually happening on the left foot on the hi-hat. So say if I'm keeping a steady pulse on the hi-hat, okay, like so. And now I want to have an open sound. So whenever I want an open sound, I gently lift my foot to get that open sound, and the very next note I close my foot and play my hand at the same time to get a closed sound. It's easier than how it sounds like right now, so please try to follow along this example. Now, the doubt that most people have is when you close the hi-hat, which of the two sounds are we looking for? Are we looking for a closed hi-hat sound from the foot, like so? Or are we looking at a note with the right hand? And here's what's interesting. Both of these notes have to be played in unison, together, like so. And what happens is most of us don't pay attention to this and we don't play both of the notes at the exact same time, giving us a kind of a muddy sound. But what we are looking for is a very clear sound. So closing the hi-hat at the same time with the left foot as we play the stroke with the right hand. Now, I want to share something interesting with you. So right now, just in the example before, we realized that both the left foot and the right hand have to play together when we close the hi-hat. But that's the case when we are playing just the hi-hat. What if this thing comes across in a beat context? Now, when we are playing a beat, there will be three limbs that have to play exactly at the same time in unison. Now let me show you an example so that you can understand it clearly. At the place where I opened the hi-hat, the note immediately following that, when I'm closing the hi-hat, my left foot, my right hand and my left hand all have to play that note together, like so. Right? Left foot, right hand, left hand. It's something that we don't realize as we play it. And this is the reason why sometimes some of us don't sound as clean as we want to, because somewhere there is a little bit of glitch in between these three limbs. And that's why we should practice this thing slow so that we are able to sense any flamming that's happening between these three limbs. Now in another context, say if I'm opening the hi-hat at a different spot, it might happen that instead of the left hand, you play the right foot in unison, like so. Now in this example, notice how I'm closing the hi-hat. Everything but the left hand plays the note together. This is something that we need to be mindful of as we start practicing this so that it becomes a habit. Now let's try to use this open hi-hat sound as a dominant voice in one of the grooves that we play. So in the example that I'm going to play right now, I'm going to open the hi-hat on the upbeat of beat 1 and the upbeat of beat 3. So let's see how that sounds like. Now let's change it a little bit. Now let's open the hi-hat on the upbeat of beat 2 and the upbeat of beat 4. Let's see how that sounds like. Now let's make things even more interesting. In the previous example, we opened the hi-hat just at 2 spots. But let's try to open it at 4 different spots now. So in the first example, I'm going to open the hi-hats on all the downbeats. So on beat 1, beat 2, beat 3 and beat 4. And in the example after that, I'm going to open the hi-hats on all the upbeats. That's the upbeat of beat 1, upbeat of beat 2, upbeat of beat 3 and upbeat of beat 4. Let's see how these beats sound like. So how did those beats sound like to you? Did you not feel that the open hi-hat adds lots of personality to the usual beats that you already play? Now let's go through the whole order of how we learned this concept. First, we learned a new sound on the hi-hat, the open hi-hat sound. And then we went through the technical aspects that we must keep in mind to get a good hi-hat sound. We realized that we have to play 3 limbs in unison to get a really crisp closed hi-hat sound right after we have the open hi-hat sound. And finally, we went through some musical examples and saw how these usual beats can add a lot of character just by the introduction of an open hi-hat sound. Now, practice these things slowly at first so that you get a clean sound. And once you master this, you can start to play these beats at a variety of tempos, right from really slow to really fast tempos and everything in between. And remember that this is just a concept that we are sharing with you. Please try to make it your own once you have mastered these concepts. Thank you for sticking till the very end of the lesson. I hope you had as much fun watching this as I had producing this video. Please stay tuned to our channel for similar content. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that bell icon to get regular notifications whenever we upload a new video. Thanks again and we'll see you in the next lesson.